Elsewhere, the Federal High Court in Abuja earlier today refused to grant suspended Deputy Commissioner of Police Abba Kyari and 4 others bail. Mr. Kyari and other defendants had in their bail application argued that new facts relating to the Kuje Prison break and alleged threats to their lives warranted their fresh application. We have details in this report.
Justice Emeka Wete in his ruling held that the fact that Mr. Kyari and 4 other police officers that are facing trial with him did not escape when Kuje Prison was recently attacked by insurgents was not enough to prove that they would not grant bail once they are released from custody. He dismissed the argument that Kuje jailbreak constituted exceptional circumstances which the court should consider to review its earlier ruling that denied him bail. The development the defendants relied upon did not fall with the purview of Section 162 and 163 of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act to warrant the court to vary its subsisting order. Justice Zuwaite held that since the NDLEA has not closed its case, both Abba Kyari and his co-defendants could interfere with some of the vital witnesses and undermine their prosecution if released on bail.
The application we made to court is application for review of bail, considering the threats to their life and the recent jailbreak.
Has been denied bail before now. I have a bail application, further bail application before the court, but from the posture of the court, it appears that nobody will be granted any bail. However, I do not want to accuse the court or undermine the position of the court. But the proper thing to do is that if I feel that we are aggrieved, why not? We will go to appeal.
On 7th March 2022, Mr. Abba Kyari and 4 other police officers pled not guilty to charges of conspiracy, obstruction of justice, unlawful tampering and dealing with cocaine. With this refusal of bail, the defendants will remain in the custody of the Kuje Correctional Facility. The court adjourned to 19th October for accelerated hearing. Celestina Area, TVC News.
Persons have been trapped in an uncompleted 2-story building at a mobile phone market. Rescue operations are still ongoing by officials of the State Fire Service, Federal Road Safety Corps, and the police. Eyewitnesses are still seeking more emergency response to save what is left of the market. Building collapse has now become common in several parts of the country. On Friday, a 3-story building collapsed in Kubwa satellite town in Abuja, killing 2 persons and injuring several others.
This building is very wrong because the building is not contract avenue. It's not standard. So I will ask for government to see if somebody is starting a building, at least.
Let's turn attention now to judicial matters. The Ibadan Division of the Court of Appeal has set aside the judgment which declared the attack on the house of Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho, illegal. The court also nullified the 20 billion naira exemplary and aggravated damages awarded against the Department of State Services for the attack, describing it as outrageous. Justice Muslim Hassan, in his judgment, held that the Oyo State High Court lacked jurisdiction on the matter. The State High Court in September 2021 declared the raid by the DSS on the residents of Sunday Igboho in Ibadan as illegal. Justice Ladin Rakintola ordered the DSS to pay 20 billion naira to Mr. Igboho as exemplary and aggravated damages. Mr. Igboho earlier sued the federal government and demanded damages following the DSS operatives' invasion of his home, leading to the arrest of 12 aides, while the Yoruba Nation agitator escaped arrest. Away from court, Nigeria has expressed her commitment to ending the border disagreement with Cameroon. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, promised an amicable resolution on border issues between the 2 countries at the 34th session of the Cameroon-Nigeria Mixed Commission in Abuja. Moyo Thomas reports.
Nigeria and Cameroon are neighboring countries whose mixed history, started from the colonial times, had resulted in disputed territories between the 2 countries. The border dispute at some point almost led to a war until international bodies waded in. The territory under contention is the Bakassi area, an area with large oil and hydrocarbon reserve. In 2002, the Cameroon-Nigeria Mixed Commission was established by the UN Secretary-General to find a common ground for the two countries, especially on legal and political decisions. Due to disagreements over borders, the two countries took the matter to the International Court of Justice for interpretation. In 2006, Nigeria signed the Green Tree Agreement, finally ceding Bakassi to Cameroon. Since then, efforts to complete the border demarcation process and end this dispute have not been successful. At the 34th session of the Cameroon-Nigeria Mixed Commission, the Attorney General, who is also the leader of the Nigeria delegation, says the area of dispute has been reduced to 3 out of original 13 points raised in 2002. The Mixed Commission also recommended at the meeting that the two parties finalize the agreement on the joint exploitation of hydrocarbons along the maritime border. A communique released after the meeting indicates the two parties still have issues of interpretation on the judgment of the International Court of Justice and will return for further clarification. Once these grey areas are resolved, Cameroon and Nigeria would submit a definitive border map to the United Nations. Moya Thomas, TVC News, Abuja.
And still in the nation's capital, Ambassador of Israel to Nigeria, Michael Freeman, has paid a courtesy visit to the All Progressives Congress presidential candidate, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, at the Tinubu-Shatima campaign office in Abuja. Ambassador Freeman, who led a delegation comprising Israel Consul General in Nigeria, Inbal Lipman Garden, and other members of the team, had a closed-door meeting with the APC presidential candidate and former governor of Lagos, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. After the meeting, Ambassador Freeman said it was an avenue to listen to the interesting ideas that the APC presidential flag bearer has for the country and how the working relationship between Israel and Nigeria can be further solidified.
It was a pleasure to meet with the candidate, and we talked about the great potential for working together between Nigeria and between Israel. I heard the exciting and interesting ideas that he has for the presidency and that Tinubu has for the presidency, and I'm sure that the potential to work together we will discuss in the future.